Look at hooking up the RO, but I might be missing a tube as far as length. But day by day, within the next few days, our CO2 room should have all the irrigation set up, the pump set up. So I'll be walking you guys through step by step, but back at it, brother. Alright, we're almost done. By no means perfect. Here it is. This is what we're working with so far, guys. So we had our disc filter from the bucket company, right? Again, this is gonna be the entrance of the spring water, which our natural water here from the farm just coming in. We're gonna split it off into a T and do 2 disc filters just in case one plugs, one doesn't. We have union valves at each side. We're gonna do top and bottom in case we gotta switch these out. This is what's going to run into the osmosis system, right? So the pump, the pre-filter, and the actual RO. So we're plugging away. Got our first little tree done. It's looking good. We'll bring you back in a sec when we get some more shit done. Now we gotta hang it here. Ready? So we'll hold it up for a sec with the glue, but there it is. Wiggles around. You gotta have some support in here. We obviously gotta get brackets and everything that's gonna hold this. Here we are. So we just turned the water back on. Because it's a new line, it's a little bit dirty, so we're gonna run, I don't know, a few hundred liters out to clean out the line. It was kind of coming out dirty before we connect even any filters. And the one thing I noticed, you live and you learn, right? But guys, we got a tiny little leak here. It's the only leak in the whole system. And of course I search on Google how long to let the PVC glue dry. Anywhere from 15 minutes to 2 hours, and we probably let it be like a half hour to an hour max. So that could have been the issue. I'm also wondering, throw it down in the comments, guys, when you have issues like that. I know the best solution is just have unions and things everywhere for it to all be switchable and just change it out. Maybe we just didn't put enough glue on this little piece right here, but again, this is our first time doing any of this. We're learning so much, literally by the hour. Okay. So no leaks in here, ¿cierto? Nada regado aquí. See? A little one there. Fuck. Well, we're back another day, and it looks like we took a step backwards. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but we're doing this again for a second, almost a third time. On our first turn on, we did find some leaks, so what I'm gonna do, I realize a huge issue is our 1-inch conduit is just not quality. It's holiday, it's New Year's, so nothing is open whatsoever. So what I'm gonna do, our 3/4 inch is really quality. Most of the grow was gonna be 3/4 inch anyway. I was just gonna do the inlines and everything coming in to be 1 inch, but we're gonna actually now reduce this to 3/4 inch, redo this little elbow into the room, and we've already been doing a bunch of work this morning. We got done the whole entire pre-filter, disc filter. We got this redone in 3/4 inch from top to bottom. From what you guys see here, for all you experts, throw down in the comments, obviously once we get it mounted, any suggestions throughout this whole process that you have, because we're back to, like, you know, again, we took a few steps back. We're about to finish this up again, and hopefully by tomorrow we have RO in the house. Hopefully by tomorrow, full-time reverse osmosis. We got to do 40 minutes of clean on this thing, and we still got to give you guys a little walkthrough of it. So there it is, a little bit of changes. Check it out. Again, this is our 1-inch line coming in from the outdoor natural spring reservoir. We cut it down from 1 inch to 3/4 right here. This 3/4 is much higher quality. It's working great. Up to here into the room. There it is. Any suggestions that you guys see here? You're like, bro, you should be covering this, or any. Obviously we're gonna be fastening everything down, that's for sure. Just gotta go inside now that the tubing's there and finish hanging up this thing. Last little elbow here, boom, down and into the chain of dopeness, which the chain of dopeness is this cool thing right here, right? 2 disc filters. Oh my God, there it is. I'm so nervous about this. You know, this is where I really need to call the Grow Bro Terpy Highs. I need your guys' help here, just for any recommendations. You know, I looked at everything from the Dosatron videos and the way they bracket their stuff. It's really pro with like the metal brackets, the little holders. Like, that's really the level I got to get into. I'm totally having a new appreciation for setup, the way it looks. Oh, this is nuts, dude. But exciting nonetheless. There it is.
there's the line. So we're gonna let it dry for 24 hours. I'm gonna keep the line off at the main back of the house there. And we're just gonna let it sit, do its thing, dry. Tomorrow we will do the pressure test and see if there's any leaks. And I'm really, fingers crossed, guys. I don't think there's going to be. I hope there isn't. All right, we're back really quick. This is days later. We finally figured it out. All thanks to Turpy Highs. Literally going back and forth with him on WhatsApp. Messages like this is how we figured this out. So really quick tour. We finally figured out all the RO. And we finally got all the bottom of the irrigation set up. So really quick, under 30 seconds, here's the update. So we have our RO going into these two tanks right here. We have them joined with valves so we can turn these on or off. The water goes here into the pump, and on the other side is where we have our two nutrient tanks. So 300 liters of nutrients, 300 liters of RO water, always on standby, going to the pump, and before it gets to the pump, quick disc filter, and then into the pump. So what's to come next week is the continuation up, over into each bucket, right, and then into the room, into the feed system. So that should just take another few days, and then I'm all stoked because everything is set up now with the hydrologic. So our pump water coming in from outside, then it goes through the pre-filter into the RO, and the RO into this tank. So we did it, Brian. Great work. And again, major shout out to Turpy Highs. Honestly, dude, thank you so much for helping us with this. We were totally going to do it in a different way that wouldn't have been nearly as efficient as the way you had it set up. So for those who don't know Turpy Highs, go check out his channel. The dude knows what's up. He shows you a ton of different stuff, seed to harvest to becoming a pro. He's out in Thailand, living the dream, growing the bud. So much love to you, brother, and let's get back to the episode. Wow. So these right here, guys, are looking really good. This right here in this little section is all the swale. This is everything ridgeline. Again, all regular seeds. So what we've been doing is we've been cloning them. You see, once we clone them, they just start bushing out big time. Now there's a ton of tops to take clones from once we know the sex, whereas we're still missing a few clones. Well, actually a lot need to be cloned today. The good news is, guys, the clones are working at 100%, so I'm going to take you guys inside right now. We'll take a look at the clones, but look at some of the stems on these, dude. These are huge. Everything's hollowed out, bro. Really big stems, huge stems. Look at this one. This is freaking nuts, bro. This is the size of my thumb. It's a big stem. See, we got some white flies here. We've been spraying every 3 to 4 days, cycling different stuff from Athena IPW, right, the IPM. We've been using the Crop Defender from Petra Tools. We've been cycling in some fungicides as well. And then we got some nice organic, different ones here local from Colombia that are really good with the local Colombian pests. So really good. Good news is clones are coming out, so let's head inside because we got to start taking some of these first rooted clones, put them right into flower, find out the sex ASAP, and I need a haircut, dude. I gotta get a hat on. All right, guys, welcome to the clone room. Work in progress. Experiments are happening, and let's break it down this way. So again, the VP Dome from Athena. I really want to try a legit one. I don't know what happened in my shipping, but somehow we ended up losing the actual shelf that it was for. Anyway, long story short, it's just not working out in here as far as humidity and such. So we got two experiments going down at the same time. One, no dome, which we often always do the dome for the first week. We really do follow what the Clone King says in his course. We purchased the course probably 2 years ago. We learned a lot from it, and we've kind of dialed it into our own system, whereas a week later, we take them out of the dome, and they thrive in here, dude. Like, good roots, looking beautiful. This is the Cheetah Piss cross to Lance from Ridgeline, so we're going to take all these today and go ahead and pot them up, right? That's the Cheetah Piss. Number 4, so everything is marked, each pheno. It's gonna be a long hunt, hunting regular seeds, finding out what's the males, what's the females. You know, that's why it's so much easier going feminized, but when you got fire, you hunt fire in regular. Back to this here, again, this is a little bit of an experiment that we're kind of running in 2 different ways. One, not using dome, and we're trying the VP Dome, and then the other thing we're experimenting with are these trays right here that we got off Grower's House. They looked really good. They came moist, pre-amended, everything, but I don't know if we did it justice. Let's see the results. I don't know if it's looking good. It's been really low humidity, really high heat. The VPD and everything is not optimal by any means. I've been trying to spray down, leave water open in here just to pick up the humidity.
Well, I see one baby root over there. One root. That is not good. And that is off one of the lemon bang bangs from Exotic Genetics right there. That's the one that rooted. So, but really I was hoping this was gonna work out. It would just save us so much time without having the domes. It would save us a lot of space. Work in progress, guys. Work in progress. So, plan right now, take the clones from Ridgeline, plant them up, do a whole new set of clones. We only have a few trays. I really should buy more trays to be able to clone more at once. We're gonna pop these up, get new clones going, and get these flipped over to flower, literally I think right from today, right from transplant, to find out if they're female or male, and then do a proper hunt, you know, and flower them out. All right, quick update. I really wanted to squeeze this in because it's been a few tests later. So we've continued to test the Growers House little trays. The only change we've made is we've actually domed them up. The results have been great. Check it out. Nice, bro. So there it is. This is on day 12-ish, and these new cubes are working great. So really cool. I'm glad we continue to do testing with these now that with the dome 1 week on. And then the next week, from day 7 on, the dome off, they're rooting really nice, so everything's ready to be transplanted. This is all the Schwale tests, so really important they came out good. They came out perfect. This is the BOP number 6, ready to get thrown outside and check her sex. So cool, I just want to throw that update in. Let's get back to the episode. Check it out. Everything's looking good, guys, really good. Great work, Brian. He's now a clone pro. So here he is, the man himself. Now a clone master after learning from the Clone King. Growbro Brian.
Hoy estamos esquejando lambs B y algunos chitapis. Ya muchos de los chitapis nos han salido ya súper bien esquejados ya.
Second or third batch? La
Tercera, sí.
Let's follow Growbro Brian and see how he gets a clone. So here he is, he hunts it, he looks around. Looks like he's going with Lance B, number 6. So there he goes, reaches in for the cut. Oh, clean cut, Brian, nice. Oof, beautiful. Oh, look, then he gets rid of the clippings right here, chops the top. Your master, Brian. Cuts it 90-degree angle, beautiful, bro. 45-degree angle. Here it is, the famous Athena cut. So Brian puts it in a shot glass. The way the Clone King recommends doing it is putting this in a ketchup bottle, and then the ketchup bottle you just simply squirt into each actual hole. Here we're actually doing the dipping technique, so if something was contaminated, we would be contaminating to the others. It's not perfect, but these ladies are healthy. We know we don't got anything. They're from seed. And these are the little cocoa peat plugs that we're using. They're very small, which means we're going to see root quicker by using these. They just have a little hole on top. We just put it right in there. Boom. Sometimes they're crooked. We keep them moist. We keep them in the fridge. But they've been seen to working really good so far. But I'm excited to see the Growers House technique and see if that's going to work better for us in these. Well, Happy New Year, guys. Welcome back. It's been a few days since we did another update. We got mail call in. We got some cool new surprises, so we're going to take a look at it. I thought it would be fun to kind of show some of the new genetics that are showing up for the greenhouse and some things that we're really excited about. And Growbar Brian also has a surprise in there sent out from a special breeder, which he's going to unbox with us in a second. But first, he's planting some hot peppers, Brian.
Tenemos aquí varios como habanero white, habanero yellow, habanero orange, ghost pepper.
So we're getting the veggies going again, dude. So here we're using the can for all of our peppers, literally for all seeds here on the channel. We've been rocking the can. It just so happens today too, I threw on the shirt, so that works out good. It is available on Seedsman. You can always use code HomeGrowTV to get yourself a can at discount. So that works out really cool. But guys, yeah, we're getting back into veggies. Some of these are from Humboldt. So this is pineapple tomato. They grow it to a kilo. These are special seeds from Nat's actual farm that we visited, getting to see some of these veggies, try them out. We got Korean peppers. And then one of the ones I'm most excited about is the chocolate ghost, I believe. It's a custom cross, again, from Nat. We were very excited. And then we got about 10 pineapple tomatoes. So we're going to start an outdoor veg garden here in between here and the office, somewhere in the middle. We're going to do a full trellis and train them out, something basic and fun. But by the way, we're testing right now this is Umami 901A. Video turned out amazing. The flowers are nuts. It's one of my favorites for sure. Really good. So that's one of the ones we're going to do a 10 run on. Hunt another 10, maybe 12 phenos. So little unboxing moment. So we got a full load of beans just showed up from all different places, and I guess we'll start an order from things that I ordered before the end of the new year. This was something I ordered back in November last year. Not gonna lie, guys, it was one of those moments you're just ripped. It was like 2 a.m. and I was like, man, I really, really want to hunt this. So I picked this up on Soulfire's website. This is the Don Mega cross to Biscotti. These are regular seeds. I was hoping it was going to get here before we did our big regular hunt now. It didn't, but don't worry, because something I'm going to show you in a second totally lines up with this continuation of the Don Mega hunt. So I nerded out, ordered these from the website, and then I ordered myself 3 packs, because Soulfire was nice enough to give us one at MJ BizCon. We decided to order 3 off the website, and that came with a freebie of anniversary cake, which is sick, dude. This is blueberry cheesecake and Last Supper. This should be something special. And then it came with, I don't know if these are limited edition cards or it's like a special card, but this right here is Big Juicy. It's a strain card. It's cool. Once you order 3 packs, I guess it comes with one like nice collectible card or something. So the motivation behind this was just to actually get into playing this at some point. So this is what we ordered early last year. These are the cards we had back from MJ BizCon when we first met Soulfire. He hooked us up with one.
We got the Homegrown TV card, the Pheno Hunter. The Pheno Hunter, dude!
And we still got that deck. We're gonna add it to our next 3. And we're gonna unbox these with you guys in a second, along with Grobo Brian's gift. We got the Mendo Dope Boys. So this we got off their website as well. This is the Heady OG. I know it's also available on Tangled Roots. I think you can use, I don't know if Homegrown TV has a code, but I think code triangle for Tangled Roots, Mendo Dope Boys, or if not, on their website. This is the Heady OG, back cross number 1, BX1. This is something we've seen in person there. It was ridiculous. And we're gonna do a hunt of this. 10. Hopefully we can order in a few more and do a little bit of a bigger hunt. If not, we're gonna do a little 10 hunt of such a story, man. Like such an epic strain is the Heady OG.
One of our good friends of ours passed away. After he had passed away, he had a garden growing at his house. His parents wanted us to come check out the garden and see how it was doing, see when they would be ready to harvest and everything. Went and checked some stuff out, roaming through the area. Into one of the hoops that he had, he was working on some different breeding projects. Unknown to us, we didn't know what was going on. One of the plants Brian found actually, it was like, man, this is really special looking. Let's keep an eye on it. So about a week or maybe 2 goes by and they call us back and they say that the garden got raided by some kids, or someone came in and pretty much just took most of the whole garden. It's chaos out there, so they wanted to ask us to come through and see if we could help see what was salvageable, what was left there. So we came through, checked stuff out, helped them out a bit, and then we were looking through the plants, and in that greenhouse, that special plant that Brian saw, it was snipped down to the stem where there was only 2 branches with buds left on it. It's so special, looked so good. We're like, let's take this branch, cut it, and see if we can get it to root and come back to life. So we cut it, we brought it back to the house, and it was a slow process.
When it was re-vegging too, it took a while, and it'd just be sitting there for a while, barely started to push some out, and every time you rub that little bud, it was like, holy shit, this is so loud and so gassy, like one we've always wanted.
And we brought it back to life, and we grew it inside our indoor room for another test, and it just blew us away. We're like, holy crap, this is so special, such a crazy gas strain, and
Again, that came in last year, so right on. So the Soulfire order, the Mendo Dope Boy order, there was no Pandora. Now let's get to what showed up today, and we'll take it to something here. Ordered this off Seedsman. This is another personal, I really, really, really want to try it, so I got 20 beans of the Milky Dreams. Again, you guys can use code HomegrowTV on the website to get a discount. Milky Dreams was in the battle of the breeders. Unfortunately, we had a sprouting error, we'll call it, and we lost a lot of seeds. One of those strains that didn't come out and get tested, recommended by Dust from Strain Hunters himself, was like, you gotta try Milky Dreams. So shout out Wheelie Buzzed. I know you grew it. It looked great, so I'm gonna follow through and still hunt this sucker. It's another fun personal project I really want to do this year. Potentially do just greenhouse, maybe some in the indoor, but the one I really, really want to see in the indoor, maybe we just fill a 2x4 with this. This is, again, one of my top favorites of the world, the Super Lemon Haze, right? One of the first strains I ever ordered online back in 2010 era. Grew the Super Lemon Haze, fell in love with it. First time I ever experienced lemon terps in a reality. So this is crossed to the RS11. We got 20 beans of this, and these are all from Seedsman, so check them out. A great international shipping. Any of my grow bros out in Europe, easy peasy, US Canada. Super simple. Code HomeGrowTV to get yourself a little discount on that website. And so on the Seedsman, I don't know if I'm allowed to show these or not, but I'm doing it. These are some of the new testers, some of the new from the actual Seedsman genetics. Mr. Q already brought this over and we did a smoke test of this Griller Runs. It's insane. So I want to do a little hunt of that and see what's up. And then I really want to try this Sour Diesel. I handpicked these from some of their new unreleased. I was like, I would love to get these tested if you guys are needing testers before launch. And they do. So the last one is Black Sugar 2.0. All of these just sound great. I cannot wait. I don't know when they will be live. I don't know if I'm even supposed to show this. We're going to be showing the flower at some point soon anyway. So sorry, Seedsman, if I wasn't supposed to, but it's going to be sick. Banana Biscotti was a fun hunt, but I think I'm excited to test some of these out now. A little bit of a different direction from our Banana Biscotti hunt of the Seedsman strain. So that's brand new, fresh in today. We're definitely going to be filling up a row in the greenhouse with something from there because, again, guys, there's nothing we've ever run on the channel that or is as cheap as Seedsman seeds. So for beginner growers, people with a tight budget are looking to add on a few more without spending big bucks. It's unreal the cost that they come in at with stuff like we put in the battle with the Banana Biscotti and some of the Seedsman strains. So definitely check those out. I love testing everything from the lowest cost genetics all the way to some of the highest cost genetics, like some of this stuff right there, you know, which I'll take you out in a sec, but the BOPs and the Willa Papayas and stuff from Farmhouse, it's not cheap. Those were like over $200 packs, and so I do not recommend that to everyone, especially for new growers. I think it's really good just to start off with something reliable, and on the lower end, this stuff's also really good. Boom. This is right here, the Black Friday. All strains that were sold out from Soulfire eventually got relaunched on Black Friday. Our kit came in super late, but shout out Soulfire for making this happen, because I know these are some of the most requested genetics that sold out, and he usually never goes back and makes genetics twice. He did for these because they were so requested. So let's open this sucker up. Nice, bro. Oof. Oh, so look top in on this box here. Look at this, dude. So first up, oof, pink milk right here. This looks to be Bahama Mama crossed to Utter Madness. Pink milk.
Utter Madness S1. Trap Truffles crossed to Utter Madness. One we've tested in the past. We cannot wait to test again. We didn't keep any of the winners, but most certainly want to find one that we do want to keep. So this is that Strawberry cross to Utter Madness, that FX3, baby. And then this is what gets really exciting. This right here is the Trike Beast and Barf Breath. Dude, you gotta be kidding me. This Barf Breath right here is Don Mega cross to Giggle Gas. So, I don't know if you've seen from earlier, I ordered these Boss Scotty right here, Don Mega cross to Biscotti. This right here is Giggle Gas cross to Don Mega. So, if you haven't got the hint, I really want to do a big Don Mega cross list. That's sick. Right there, shout out Soulfire for always throwing down crazy fire, bro. This stuff is sick. Beautiful idea to come out with your strains that were the most popular are no longer available. The other Don Mega crosses that we're gonna be hunting here really soon, guys, is the Lemon Tree cross to Don Mega. This Soul Snatcher Super Boof cross to Don Mega. And then the last is the Corpse Cake. Ice Cream Cake cross to Don Mega. So it's the full wheel, dude. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different strains to hunt through that have Don Mega in it, including one homemade strain here and the original Don Mega Mama here. So 7 different expressions of Don Mega to hunt ourselves the most flavorful, disgusting, gross terps. Some lemony barf. You know, it'd be nice to find some disgusting orange rotten garbage. Some throw up and cookies and cream maybe, which sounds disgusting. But once you smell it, you'll be blown away. So this is from Soulfire to Grow Bro Brian, because he heard you're a big fan, brother. He heard you really liked everything Soulfire. Entonces aquí te tiene un regalo de Soulfire, man. Wow, dude. Grim Spotty. So 3 packs. You gonna do an unboxing, bro? Should we open them? Abrímoslo. Oh my. Your first pack. What did you get? Good move, Brian's germinating. No way, he just won a free pack, dude. So, Brian, there's a little code he's hiding right there. He can scan it with his phone, go to the website, he wins a free pack because of that card. I don't know if it's playable in game, but it's playable in real life. He gets a free pack out of that. Grow Bro is a master of cloning now, and so there it is. So here it is. Here's our full collection, more or less. That's what I got going so far. This is Grow Bro Brian's collection. He's doing good. Solid lineup.
and then we just traded any double cards that we had. Really well done, really cool game. It's just a fun experience to open up packs. Get beans at different exclusivity levels. We got one of each different level here today, which I think is pretty cool. Purple, some green, and some white. God, this peaches is nuts. Some strains are only gonna be available to find even inside packs and won't be released in things. So it's fun, dude. Really cool spin, and shout out Soulfire for the creation of this, dude. Really sick. All right, guys, that's it for this week's vlog episode. Thank you so much for staying right to the very end. Much love to everyone who's been using the discount codes down in the descriptions below, guys. Not only does it get you guys a discount on cool new gear, but it also helps support the channel. It helps us put that money towards future projects like the greenhouses that are coming, improving the indoor, and everything that we're doing here dedicated to research and this beautiful plant. Thanks again, guys. So here's the deal. 7 epic farms, a handful of home growers, multiple legends, crazy history, and endless buds in the sun-grown mecca of the USA.
We're going in to look at the throbber. Oh my God, oh, that's so sticky. You know what to do.
This is probably the closest thing to a dream come true.
Here, the Emerald Triangle. We had 16 days in California, and I wanted to make them count. So here's the plan. Take to social media and hit up the local farms.
Jason, what's up, brother? Cacao! Mendo Dope Boys. We want to come by and see Wildleaf Farms.
The people that actually lived and breathed this region.
Love the plant. You know, to actually grow weed for not just money.
Yeah, we've been in this community our whole lives. Our roots are here.
Every stop we made, place we visited, had to have some deep-rooted history in the triangle.
This is the triangle right
The
here.
triangle,
So this
bro.
is actually from the sky view, it's the full triangle, and then inside is the inner triangle.
The inner triangle.
Growing with nature.
A little blend up. It's the triangle.
Variety going on.
Some daikon radish.
In the video here, this is the part where we cut to the drone footage and we roll up to Nat's place. So let's go ahead and roll that transition, bro.
I wanted to make sure and document everything along the way. With the help of AC Infinity, I contacted my closest friends in the community, each bringing their own magic to the mission. First up, Mr. Q, flower connoisseur, OG grow bro, and joint roller extraordinaire.
I'm the joint roller.
His nose, basically a GPS for top shelf buds.
We're already getting some flowers shoved into our noses.
Then there's Jorge Cervantes,
Dude, this is amazing.
legendary mentor and the triangle expert.
Oh my God, that's really fragrant. Really resinous and really thick, heavy buds.
With his sidekick Stefan, these two are pure entertainment.
Put your tongue in the mouth.
Maybe the ear.
Canadian brother from another mother, Joe from Basement Grow Show. He sees it all, no filters.
Oh my God, suck my dick and serve me a milkshake. It makes you throb just thinking about it.
Neil and Heaven from Huygen, Michigan homegrowers with the community vibes.
But I'm excited to hang out with all my people.
These two bring that down-to-earth perspective.
You have different preferences. I have different preferences.
The film guy, documentary filmmaker, Alfred Larumbe, straight from Spain. This guy's a Trimigrant veteran with triangle roots going back over 10 years. But that's a story for another time.
Here, the man making this whole documentary work, dude. He's one man with the camera, but he acts like a team of three.
Jay from Hyperactive Highs, the new Grow Bro with all the behind-the-scenes skills. Graphics, tech, you name it.
Get that soapiness, a bit of the grapefruit. I'm ready for my close-up.
Sniff the terps on this sucker.
The ultimate hunter and shooter, Eric Nugshots. He's seen more buds than the rest of us combined.
The legendary Lance. I mean, look at her.
Is it fair to say that's one of your top strains?
Easily.
Dude's got the eye.
Damn.
The executive producer, organizer of all things, Sydney from AC Infinity, aka Sid the Kid.
That's heaven on earth.
Yeah. You get one in here?
Approver of plans, ideas, and all things budget, Drew.
Behind me, I have two teams. Team 1 and Team 2. Go!
The plan. We were all scheduled to fly in from different places. To here, the Bay Area, San Francisco, and some to Sacramento. We'd all meet up and make a 5-hour plus road trip up north to our starting point, northern Humboldt.
This is Blueberry Muffin number 4.
Learn, hunt, smell, taste, and move our way south to Mendocino.
Bleezy, Brian.
Oldie. Yep, born and raised, Mendocino.
Laugh, rap, and rhyme.
Growing more weed than you ever seen.
Learn some more.
One class a year. We like to keep it tight. We're busy, we tour a lot.
Then finally concluding the trip by leaving the Triangle and visiting some related areas.
Yeah, so we're in Grass Valley, California. Either they call it the Mini Triangle or they call it the Emerald Dot.
Now that you know who's on this trip, here's why we're here. The goal: get the real story behind this legendary place. Discover how it shaped an entire cannabis scene. Track down the strains that make it unique and get a glimpse into its future.
Now I could be an artist. You know, this is my art.
Basically, we came to dig up the roots of the Emerald Triangle, a place synonymous with cannabis legend.
Because you just can't believe how much friggin' dope there is there, man.
This is where tradition meets innovation.
We like to team up with nature. We do like live in soil.
Where generations of cultivators have crafted some of the world's most iconic strains.
We're in the Blueberry Muffin Chamber, and we're obviously making feminized seeds.
And we're here to tell their story, learn from the legends, and take it back to the tent.
And just the aromas are so strong. It's so blueberry.
Before we jump in, here's a quick crash course for those who are new to the Emerald Triangle.
Years, Humboldt County has really gotten a reputation as the marijuana capital of these United States.
So, what is it? Northern California's legendary cannabis capital. Made up of 3 counties, Humboldt, Trinity, and Mendocino, the largest cannabis growing area in the U.S., period.
California grows more pot than any place in the country.
Why here? The answer is Summer of Love, 1967, San Francisco.
A major historical event for this country.
Haight-Ashbury. Over 100,000 people showed up, all for peace, love, and breaking free of the norm. This wasn't just a party.
It was the largest migration of young people in the history of America.
It was a rejection of mainstream America. They wanted an alternate lifestyle, and cannabis was part of it. But the hippie movement kept growing. People started looking for a real escape, away from the war, away from the city life.
And the original people that really went out there for peace and love left.
They found it up north, deep in the mountains of Humboldt and Mendocino. And that's where the Emerald Triangle was born.
So you had this exodus from San Francisco, from the Haight-Ashbury, and you had people that moved to Northern California, to Humboldt, Mendocino, Trinity. So they went way deep into the forest.
Northern California was inhabited by people that just wanted to live off the land, and then they found they could grow cannabis too.
These quote-unquote hippies found their perfect spot to grow, and not just their lifestyles.
It is no exaggeration to say that the largest single source of income is marijuana.
Remote forests, plus perfect climate, plus freedom from the world, equals cannabis paradise. They planted deep roots in more ways than one.
Grow weed your whole fucking life.
Cannabis culture was born. These early growers were seen as outcasts.
The cops are saying, don't come to Humboldt County because we're going to get you. We don't want you in this county.
Today, They're legends, pioneers of a world-class cannabis culture.
Okay, oh wow.
In '96, California legalized medical marijuana, Prop 215, and the Triangle exploded. By now, it's the Napa Valley of cannabis. 20,000 plus farms, family-run for generations. Unique climate, rich soil, but the times are changing fast, with fewer family farms holding on.
We're losing out. Small farmers are disappearing quick. I mean, what are we down to now? Under 500 in this county?
I talked to Dylan McToll, said he believed within the next few years if there was more than 50 in Humboldt County, he would be super surprised.
Just 50 farms. There's no way we can't survive selling weed for $300 a pound.
So there is actually thousands and thousands of family here that have just been growing weed.
Like every single person, everything was created all by weed. This whole town was created by weed.
Yes.
Each and every single farm we visited played a part in this historic movement in some way or another.
We focus on dam removal, indigenous reciprocity building, and most importantly, food security and food sovereignty.
Whether it's multi-generational cannabis farmer Jason from Ridgeline Farms that's been doing this from childhood.
Most people haven't done their profession for their whole life. This is all I've ever done.
To the young legends accomplishing big things, like Mendo Dope Boys.
It's the blend of everything. It's the terpenes, the THC, CBD, CBGs, everything intertwined that makes the difference in something that makes it a really good overall flower.
And Wildleaf Farms.
As far as being able to know which one I like more right off the bat, I gotta smoke it. Yeah, I gotta smoke it, you know?
Families that have made this plant their life's work.
They convinced me, I didn't convince them.
People like Ben and Nat, who found home in this region decades ago because of the plant's potential and growing here in the Triangle.
Feel free to just go through this, and if you find something that you like I like number 4. This one looks pretty fire.
So get ready for a true experience in the Triangle with farmers, growers, and breeders that live and breathe this history. Welcome to the Emerald Legends, a journey into the Triangle.
We're getting in, we're getting the van loaded. It is day 1 and we're heading off to Nat's place.
Ready to roll out?
Oh, that's Q coming in on the radio. These are key. And we got a special surprise for Nat. I think we'll do a little reveal before we go hunting, a little tribute to Nat.
First stop on this journey is a place known as the Anchor Farm, symbolic in more ways than one. This is truly my anchor to this region and what originally brought me here to the Triangle.
2023 Mega Pheno Hunt, guys. We're at Nat's farm right now, the northeast side of Humboldt.
This is also the Anchor Farm for the Humboldt Seed Company and where everything began.
Hi, I'm from Humboldt Seed Company and I'm here to show you how to determine the sex on a cannabis plant.
The birthplace of the Mega Pheno Hunt, searching through tens of thousands of plants and hunting only unicorns.
All right, pheno hunting clipboard, pheno hunting vest. I mean, we end up only keeping 0.001% of the stuff that we pheno hunt.
Or as Nat likes to call them,
called a dreamotype. Dad joke there. Sorry.
He originally started as a guerrilla grower in Humboldt County during a time when cloning was not widely practiced and seed availability was limited. He began breeding his own seeds to ensure self-sufficiency. This grassroots approach laid the foundation for the strains that Humboldt Seed Co. is now known for today.
This is the mother of this plant right here.
Okay.
I mean, you can actually kind of see the bracts will swell.
This is a legend known for flavor chasing, and he's been doing it for decades.
You know, it made sense to breed cannabis to me in 1998, 99, you know, and not a lot of people were doing it, so right place, right time.
But cannabis breeding isn't the only thing that makes this man the legend he is. You see, his work as a salmon biologist involves significant contributions to the river restoration projects and genomic studies related to salmon populations.
You know, people are always amazed that we, with the Undam the Klamath, accomplished the world's largest river restoration project, the world's largest dam removal project, and we did it all battling against the richest person in the world, who at the time was Warren Buffett.
He's the kind of guy that actually plays a role in making his community a better place.
Algae and dead juvenile Chinook. We need Pacific Corps to address the issues. We need these dams down now.
So now that you know a little bit more about Nat, you know why we had to start our journey here.
Boom! Bonkers! Boom! Bonkers! Cool, cool, cool party. This song makes me really happy.
Heck yeah. All right, so the crew is ready. We are about to head out into Nat's field. No one has seen a plant yet, and we're about to see literally the first plants of the whole trip. And what a place to start at. Nat is just so good at explaining, and so many stories and so much information, and just a superb breeder. What a way to kick off the trip. This is gonna be fun. I think everyone's mind is about to be blown. Let's get this going.
It was time to go see our first plants and hopefully hunt some winners. But first, we had to
Cool party.
Welcome to Humboldt Seed Company's Anchor Farm in Northeast Humboldt. Put together a nice little tasting platter, tasting bar of both like local fruits and vegetables that we've grown, and then of course some amazing dabs and things like that.
Yeah, so when we heard everybody was coming, first thought is like, well, what are we gonna smoke? And so reached out to a lot of our collaborative farms, just friends. So we have stuff from Earl Hill. We got a bunch of the different pheno winners from last year that they washed into fresh frozen rosin. And then we have stuff from the Ridge Boys, which is down in Grass Valley area. They work close with our friends at Wildleaf. Everything single sourced, organic rosin. Friends from Humboldt Fungi, Chris really hooked it up with some of his new mushroom crosses that are now legal in California. Flour from Sierra Sungrown, which was some depths and actually some auto flowers, which I'm really curious if folks are going to be able to tell the difference between the autos and the photos.
Oh, and we got cassava melon that we grew. Everybody's loving the cassava melon, but it's
and this. I mean, they're hooking us up with Puffcos.
No one hosts like these guys do. We show up homegrown melon.
Yeah.
Puffcos and extract.
Erie glass tops.
Erie glass tops.
I've never felt so welcome in a place in my whole life.
And make sure you get a shot of all the pizza vegetables we grew, because we're proud of that stuff too.
Let's go, day one.
Day one!
Woo! We wanted to just go over sort of the nuts and bolts of our pheno hunting process. This is something that we developed so many years ago, and we published it on our website and a few other websites. We wanted to kind of make it so anybody could download this rating sheet. I'm just going to encourage you guys to remember that you have tons of plants to look at. And especially when you get to like places like Wildleaf, some of these other farms you're going to visit, you're going to have 1,000+ plants to view. And so we really just want you to focus on the ones that speak to you.
And one of the biggest things to remember is there is no wrong answers to any of this, because it is extremely subjective. It's about your senses, your eyes, your nose, and how you resonate with the plant. So that's like one of the most interesting aspects of it for me, is that you really see who gravitates towards what plant, those numbers that you're writing down on the plant tags, and how often they are showing up between the groups of people.
The real hard work of it is cataloging everything and the seeds and all that, but this is really fun, and thank you guys for coming. And Hallie's going to run through the variables, and we'll move on.
Thank you for having us.
We may or may not have a surprise for Nat in just 1 second.
On our way to the fields is when it was time to show Nat the special surprise we brought to the journey.
Last night, we got our badges loaded on. Everyone's got their hunter's vest. Huge shout out to Nat from the Humboldt Seed Company.
The hunter's vest.
So literally, this whole thing of wearing vest is because of Nat. The first time seeing him online in his pheno hunts, he set a trend, and we're making it a thing. You got him. Right here, it was Nat that I asked Nat if I could try on his vest.
Yeah.
From the first video I seen with Nat wearing the vest,
I thought it was the most epic thing we had ever seen, and it was actually quite useful.
Yeah.
So as a tribute to the legends that you guys are, we decided to follow suit, make this a thing, and we all showed up with our vests.
I love it.
And we're ready to rock.
I love it. You know what they say, imitation is the most sincere form of flattery.
It all started right here with this guy.
And I just realized it was kind of like super nerdy, but I just leaned into that.
We light up, light up, light up, light up. We light up, light up.
Now it was time to get hunting.
I mean, look how far the frost is coming out.
Yeah, this one is great.
Wow, that smells really good.
Oh, see, it's not even quite ready to harvest yet.
Yeah, this one here, definitely one of my favorites.
We're hunting together, but it still feels like such a personal experience.
Really, 2/3 of this chamber is our selected Granny Candy clone.
This is the Granny Candy I want at home. They're so even and beautiful. It's definitely one of my favorite strains of the year.
Nat was the first breeder that ever truly introduced me to real pheno hunting.
The density of it, it's got a little give, so we only gave it a 7. Purple, it's a really purple one, so we gave it a 9. And it's pretty darn frosty, so we gave it a 9.
Yeah.
So that's a little insight on our process when we're actually breeding. Like, most of this chamber is clones, and we know what that outcome, but it's also to actually advance a strain further down the line of zygosity or uniformity or purebred, you need to be doing seed to seed to seed to seed. That's the only way to do that, actually. So,
but what was the most important stage of this whole thing?
as we rate them and some winners start to emerge, then oftentimes, you know, we'll circle back, harvest them, the ones that have really been rated the highest by the most people. Like last year, Hallie drove back down to Sonoma Hills, got all the winners, then goes back to the Wild Leaf and all these different places, and we get those winners when they're ready to harvest, and then keep branches from each plant, and testing and smoking is like the final and often most important part of narrowing things down.
Okay, oh wow. Ooh.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These will get huge, not just popcorn, but huge.
Bud,
Yeah.
bud. Yeah, really good aromas. Like that lemon cake. I think I got a crazy winner over here. I think so, dude.
What is it? The donor is the donuts, right?
No, what does it say? NF67?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
bud.
So when you get to the NF67, it's a whole different thing.
Wow.
This is what I was saying, like I got lemon cake out of it.
Yeah, I'm picking up lemon cake too.
Yeah, that number.
Yeah, lemon cake. I got my 215, if you know what I mean. I said I'm growing more weed than you ever seen. The cops can't say shit, because my script's legit, so I'll light up my pipe and I'll take a big hit.
After a good day's hunt, it was time for some grub. We went with Nat and picked some veggies we'd be eating over the next few days, along with some trays of veggies that were going to be going to the Yurok tribe. Meet Sammy, director of the organization called Ancestral Guard.
The vitality of human health is tied to the health of our ecosystems and communities. It is crucial that we address agriculture impacts on our waterways.
Tonight, the tribes that rely on California's second largest river are fighting for the future of their food supply.
We know that the dams on the Klamath River have been slowly poisoning our people for over 100 years.
A group dedicated to protecting the families living within the territories of their ancestors.
For the next generation to live on a healthy, dam-free river.
Ayakui, Nikna John Gensa, Rekoi Metchak, Kapeyak.
Salmon, which used to be plentiful, are now vulnerable, and an ambitious plan that will result in the largest dam removal in U.S. history could save their food supply.
And that meant removing dams and bringing farming back to the community.
I know everybody's familiar with the mic drop, but I'd like to introduce the dam drop. Thank you.
Now harvesting their first produce and salmon since the undamming of the Klamath River. And that's what we're eating tonight.
Just add a little flavor. How do you tell when it's ready?
Color.
Color?
And then also the fat content of the fish will come out.
Make sure and give Ancestral Guard a follow on Instagram. And I left their donation link down in the description below.
And I also run our Instagram. Go give us a follow.
After dinner, it was time to kick back and share some stories, doobies, and chill by the fire.
Can I try one?
Cali octane.
That smells almost the same, but
Really?
I thought I'd go like it's eyebrows.
Yeah.
Shout out to the legend Nat for this incredible start to our journey. We got to learn about breeding, pheno hunting, farming, but most importantly, the connection with the community.
See, Nancy was Hallie's preschool teacher. So make it good, make it give back, make the world a better place, because I think that's what it's all about.
All right, so here we are. We just made it to the Humboldt office here in Eureka. We're gonna stop by really quick, give Nat a big hug, a huge thank you for the amazing time they showed us up at his farm at Anchor Farms, and then we're heading off to Ridgeline, so we got a busy day. Let's go. That's great.
Look at this.
That is so good.
That's hilarious, man.
These are the seeds. Oh yeah, those are really clean, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're beautiful seeds.
Well, this is just one of our vaults. We have, several locations, several different ways of keeping things.
Thank you so much for having us, Nat.
Yeah,
Showing us a great time,
you got a big adventure ahead of you still, so.
Yeah. That's hilarious, bro. I love that.
All right, guys, so that was Northern Humboldt. Now you're going to Southern Humboldt to visit with Jason at Ridgeline, right?
Yep.
Cool, I just talked to him. He's excited to have you guys. And then we'll see you down at Mendo Dope tomorrow.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Nat, thank you so much, brother.
Love you guys. I love you. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a safe drive.
Time to head south through the redwoods. Next stop was Garberville. It was time to meet the next legend, Jason from Ridgeline Farms.
When legends meet right here, dude, this is fucking dope.
I'm ready to go to Columbia still.
Oh, we're gonna go,
man. You're going.
We hit a local diner and got some of the history of this town. You see, Garberville has historically been considered a central hub within the Emerald Triangle for cannabis cultivation. This town's unique reputation for high-quality cannabis, trim-migrant culture.
Why do we trim? It's obviously financially motivation because it's not fun work.
Combined with its historical roots in the counterculture movement, make it a fascinating focal point in the Emerald Triangle.
Man, the first time I went to Garberville was in the mid-70s, 1970s. It had been going for a few years, but it was just starting to get ahead of steam then. Well, in the fall time, there'd be trimmers that would hitchhike in to get some, casual labor. And by the mid-80s, it was full on,
As cannabis culture flourished in Garberville, it earned a reputation as a capital of sorts for weed enthusiasts and cultivators.
And I watched it evolve over the years. I saw it go into literally a boom town. Everybody was coming in. I mean, this is all one bar, one night. I was talking to a guy from South Africa, a woman from Nicaragua, a guy from Uruguay, and several people from across the United States were all in this bar at one time. The drinks were flowing, there was lots of money, it was ripping.
The region's ideal growing conditions, combined with a strong community of growers, solidified its status in the cannabis industry. With so much reputation and history around this small town, we had to visit, and no one better to show us around than Jason Gilman.
But in the world of cannabis, this guy's a rock star, dude. He's the winner of the 2019 Emerald Cup, bro.
Winner of more Emerald Cups than you can count. Creator of the most sought-after sun-grown craft bud in the country's largest pot market.
It's worth more than the state's grape and almond industries combined.
Lance, his award-winning strain, is sold in Cookies dispensaries, The Woods, and tons of other dispensaries around California.
And just tell me what you think of the smell.
Yeah, this is incredible.
This is the first bag I got. She goes Ridgeline.
Oh, and he's collaborating with Woody Harrelson on his new strain, which we'll see in a bit.
Blueberry caviar would be fire.
Something like that. It's the best of the best.
This weed right here looks better than 95% Indoor. That's all mixed like, dude.
The blueberry caviar. It's the Woody Harrelson strain right here.
So yeah, he's a pretty epic grower. It was time to get the tour going. And our first stop is Huckleberry Hill Farms.
Right on, brother. And where's the first stop then? Where are we headed first?
So we are going to go to one of the all-time legends of Southern Humboldt, Johnny Casale's farm, Huckleberry Hill Farms. He's took this to the next level. He's one of 3 that has a tourist license in Humboldt County. As you will know when you hear him talk, he's emotionally invested.
I mean, the main goal of getting a tourism license for me was really to share the story of the small farmer and the journey we've been on over the last 40 years to get to legalization, right? I truly believe that where you're about to go, Whitethorn, is the bullseye of a dartboard where a multi-billion-dollar industry is really creating itself. And if we're not careful, if Jason's not out there yelling and telling stories about his neighbors and his friends and his community, the industry is going to believe what the money gets to tell them, right?
Yeah.
Right? So
Right.
we can't compete with Glass House, but you know, Whitethorn Rose sure can, or Lance sure can.
Unreal. Unreal, dude. The candy in there.
Oh my God, that's really fragrant.
Purple flowers, grape smells. We got a winner. We got a winner.
It's been the savior for our farm, and with that now, you know, we did a cross together, right? You know, Lance crossed with Whitethorn Rose and just did a test wash, and it was 6.4% to wash.
Yeah. Definitely one of my favorite Whitethorn Rose cross to the Lance. Yeah, you got her, Eric?
Pretty good. Whitethorn Rose.
Beautiful, buddy.
This is my family home. This is where I grew up on, so I've been here for 50 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So Whitethorn Rose really was created from a strain I used to grow with my mom when I was 10, right? She passed away when I was in jail.
Yeah.
When I was 24, I had 30 federal agents drive up my driveway. Never been in any trouble before. And long story short, went to court for over 4 years and was sentenced to a mandatory minimum, which was my bracket was 10 years to life in prison, and got 10 years.
He was the biggest bust of my childhood, and like it was a huge story in this little town, you know. Everybody watched all of his hearings, and so when he went away, it was just such a big thing, and it really affected all of us, you know.
It's my story, but it could have happened to any one of my friends at any time, and they made an example out of us. So I think it's those kind of stories and those kind of sacrifices that the world needs to know. And when I rolled up here after 3,000 days being gone, I had 50 people from this community excuse me, here for me when I got back, and they brought me things like silverware and plates, things that we all take for granted, right, that had gotten stolen or I had lost it. And then my really, really close friend Trell brought me the genetics that I used to grow with my mom that he kept in his garage for over 8 years. And the other people brought me, you know, barbecues and plates, and he brought me this Paradise Punch plant that he had, not the same exact one, but kept those genetics alive. And since my mom passed away when I was jailed, really wanted to honor her and breed everything that I have here growing on the farm to Paradise Punch. So everything is bred to a strain I used to grow with my mom when I was 10.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right. That's so wild. Yeah, unreal, the aromas, dude. That's my first time seeing the Whitethorn Rose in person, and I am officially a huge fan.
Huckleberry Hill truly felt like a magical place, and the words will never describe the aromas from this Whitethorn Rose.
Dude, this is crazy. I get it, dude. I get it, bro. It's ridiculous. No wonder the whole world's talking about this stuff right now, bro. It's not only beautiful, but the terps are there, Jorge. Get a whiff of these.
Whitethorn Rose.
That's Jorge Alley right there.
Oh man, yeah.
Hey, you guys have all seen the Whitethorn Rose, right? You guys seen the podcast?
We were talking about weed. I just started getting into weed, and he broke out Whitethorn Rose. And I smelled it, and I just loved the smell immediately.
It's so good that Bert Kreischer even brought it home and grew it in his backyard.
Hey, give me a pair of clippers. I'm really bad at pot. I mean, like I like smoking it, but I'm still like a lightweight. And so I don't know all the things.
You got to really understand 40 years of running from helicopters and enforcement teams, and it was a long road to get here, and coming out of the shadows and into the light wasn't what people might think it is. It wasn't that easy to sell your pounds on the legal market. And
it was crazy to hear that after all this passion, love, fame, and recognition, that times were still tough.
Even though we thought last year was going to be devastating for small farmers, this year is going to be the all-time worst for small farmers are going away. And that's too bad for the consumer that's going to be missing out on that amazing product. And it's just getting scary. I mean, we're all there. I mean, it's not like we're making money. We're kind of floating our own boat, and we're lucky we get to sell all of our product and get to grow again next year. But
it got me thinking, as a home grower, each time we buy a bud or even a seed, where is it coming from? Was it grown with love? And who is it supporting? Make sure to give Huckleberry Hill Farms a follow on Instagram, as they consistently fight a battle to keep an account without getting deleted.
I definitely want to go for the darker side. I think so. I definitely want darker, but also like maybe a little higher, something that's like likely not to have been touched. I mean, I'm sure most of it is likely to not have been touched, but like right this side may. I want to go for this one right here. That's gonna be some awesome trichome photography. Can't wait.
It was time to keep moving. Our next stop, a mixed light greenhouse growing some of the densest, frostiest buds we've ever seen.
Crazy the density on these, dude.
When I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, if this smokes, this is the one.
Definitely gives me a goal of what is possible.
Jesus, this is really next level.
12 feet wide by 50 feet long, and it's got lights in it and everything, LED lights.
All grown by this guy here, Oliver, aka Rising Source on Insta.
Come check out this one. It's not in full flower, but for us, this has basically like all the brand new strains that we really haven't tried yet. Yeah, so this one's really exciting because this has both those grape gas Lance crosses, but then it has 2 Lance cheetah piss crosses, Doc OG times Lance. And so like this one's like experimental, but like really exciting for us because it's like all the new.
Working closely with Jason, Oliver produces some of the best hitting Ridgeline genetics on the market.
This is my baby. This is gonna be the next winner of all winners. And this is the blackberry caviar right here. You guys can smell this. This is the one that Eric's gonna have to take a shot of.
Mixed light greenhouse, these guys can produce top shelf buds year round.
The best of both worlds, would you say, Jason, when you get a little mix of this?
100%.
Wow.
Best of both worlds right here.
And why do you say best of both worlds? Because you're
just getting the terps. I don't know, like I keep saying, there's something about the terps come out of this a whole nother level. Oh, you're getting the extra lights when, you know, it's a cloudy day out or something like that, so you always have the right amount of light also. Yeah. Right. So it's keeping them perfect.
Final stop, the Mecca. Ridgeline Farms, birthplace of the Lance.
When it finally hit me and realized, you know, this is my art. I put so much into it, and so it was just really rewarding to, you know, feel like this is the gift I got given, was just to come up with strains and know by just the smell and the taste what will be the winners, you know? It's like,
look at that blackberry caviar you got coming out soon, man. I mean, that's a looker. I mean, mark my words right now, look right into the camera. It's probably gonna win an Emerald Cup.
Kicking down all the doors, guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Ain't trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Look at the color
is just so intense. It's so intense.
Wow. This smaller one behind you is Ridgeline Runts. That was the 2018 Emerald Cup winner. We have Skittles, which has obviously won everything in the damn world.
It smells exactly like Skittles, like not even fucking kidding. Like Skittles has been around obviously forever, man, but like to smell it in this form, oh my God. You smell that?
This is straight grape gas right here. So this is just the original one. This is one I call the washer. This is a purple GMO. It's fucking, dude, it's just sandy. Purple GMO times Lance. Here's another pheno of it. See how they switch right here? These are all from the same batches, same buds, same seeds. It's just looking for the next one. This is the blackberry caviar in the early form, sun-grown, right here. What you guys looked at, sun-grown, how different it is. This is only on week 5. It should go to, you know, 8, 9. And this is the same one you guys looked out there. That's how crazy and different it is on just sun-grown, right? That middle one's number 7. Those are all cheetah times Lance. So you can look in here and see, this is the original. There's a cross, you can see it change. There's a cross. Over here where this pulled across, so this is all cheetah piss crossed multiple times.
Jason, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
I see that here you use beds, and in the other farm I saw the pots. Does it have a reason? Is there?
I mean, for me, raised beds, this dirt's over 10 years old. Same fucking dirt, dude.
I have to add some when we're pulling root balls and stuff, so I'll add here and there, but add amendments, I keep the same dirt every fucking year. People spend so much money on dirt, it's a waste of fucking money if you're growing organic. So organic it's the way to go because your dirt will just keep getting better every fucking year, dude, you know? And I don't spend barely any money on soil, ever.
What's the secret sauce to bring home cup-winning cannabis?
Grow weed your whole fucking life. Whatever your profession is, if you've done it for your whole life, most people haven't done their profession for their whole life. This is all I've ever done. So, I mean, honestly, I think it's just knowing the plant, you know, and giving it full attention. Having a farm this size that I could manage by myself with one other guy, we're here every day looking at it, you know, giving each plant love. And now finding my own strains, you know, crossing strains, looking for the right ones. For us around here, you know, we grew up growing weed, and that's all we've done our whole fucking lives. So it's like, we better be good at it, because if you aren't good at something you've done your whole life, well then, you know, it's better get a new job.
100%.
After the full tour, we hit some horseshoes and dabs. All that was running through my head was how ridiculous all the flowers were that we seen throughout the day. How was this possible?
Ooh, I'm sorry, baby, I don't mean to be rude. Yeah, I'm just a little different from all these dudes.
So you got to be the best of the best to survive these days.
Was it the custom created strains they created over the years?
The deliciousness and just the history on this, bro, to hear the story.
I'm doing all this with my dad, right? Yep. This is all up the hill, all my pops. So we crossed that back into Green Lantern twice. So that's 2 years. And so, you know, the whole process took probably about 4 years. It's purple, it's checking the boxes, but you know, will it smoke? And you know, that's my number one, I keep telling you. The smoke, I don't give a shit how pretty a plant looks.
100%.
At the end of the day, when you smoke it, if it doesn't have that flavor, to me, it's just a waste of time. If it doesn't make you feel good, it's a waste of fucking time.
Was it because they grew not alone, but in a community?
So we built the technical rescue teams, the fire departments, the schools in Whale Gulch and in the mountains.
Oh man,
we built our own magical little place that was really hidden from the rest of the world, right? I always say that Humboldt County has some of the best pot in the world, but it's when you come here and you see this community and you talk to people like Jason, that's the true magic of this area.
Or was it the fact that they were looking at every plant every day and pouring their heart and soul into it?
Plants, look at it. There's no lights, no fans, no. I mean, this is talk about carbon footprint, right?
Yeah.
Like, we don't. Exactly. There's nothing, dude. We aren't using any energy. Barely.
Actually, you're helping.
Look, I don't know much, but I do know that these are the most fire buds I've ever seen in my life. And the truth is, it's all these factors that make it the magic it is. Shout out to the legend Jason for keeping the triangle burning strong, and make sure to give this guy a shout out on IG.
You're an absolute legend, brother.
Jesus.
A small piece from many different people to give you a thank you. I know that we can never repay for giving us this experience and blowing minds, but on behalf of Puffco, I know you don't have.
I do not. I'm on
a proxy.
Forever.
So
wow.
Emerald Green, you got yourself a little bubbler.
Well, we would like to give you this little limited edition box here as well. Go ahead and open it up, brother.
Yeah, guys. Holy shit.
All right.
I didn't win this many awards at Emerald Cup in a while. Honored. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Round of applause, Jason, brother. And team. Casey.
Yeah, Casey, all over. Give these guys some love, man. Yeah, I guess you guys can hang out for a little while.
If you're digging this documentary so far, make sure to take a sec and like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps more than you know. Also, there's a lot more content after this. Over an hour of behind the scenes on Hyperactive High's YouTube.
Fucking huge.
A deep, uncut documentary on Basement Grow Show.
Here's where things get a little bit serious.
Mind-blowing edits and a beautiful story over on Huygens channel.
It's really interesting to see how every farm we've been to is so tightly knit with the community around here.
And don't forget about the Grow Bro, Mr. Q, with his daily vlogs of all these farms.
Flowers are insane. They're huge.
Also, there's the full video on the AC Infinity YouTube channel. Make sure you check that one. You're gonna want to check that out too. All the links are down in the description below, so make sure to check them out after watching this. Still got more legends to meet. So let's get back into the story. Our next stop was the crew I was most excited about meeting in person. I've been watching their videos on YouTube for years.
This is some of our outdoor activities because we're outspoken, so we're outdoor cultivating. Oh yeah, fire. We got fire in here.
I've listened to the music, read the high times, and watched the cups roll in. The Mendo Dope Boys. Created by brothers who began making music in 2007.
Said that we were criminals, we shouldn't be doing this, we should get real jobs, too good of farmers. 99% is about weed. Somehow there's always a new song about weed.
Yeah.
We never seem to find an end to another concept about weed.
And it's fair to say their roots in Northern California heavily influenced their music and identity.
We wanted people to be able to turn on that song anywhere around the world and be able to smoke with Mendo Dope.
Old D and Bleezy popped their first seeds in the valleys of Mendocino County in 2006.
Maybe 2006 we started getting a lot of weed from the clubs and starting to smoke a lot of weed and stuff, so we started finding different bag seeds, and we ended up planting a bag seed in our mom's backyard in one of her flower pots she had on like a...
As cannabis eventually came out of the dark ages, the brothers Old D and Bleezy from Mendo Dope Boys gave the world one of its first insider glimpses into the Emerald Triangle.
Because we are not squares, we're emerald triangulars. Don't forget that. What's up, everybody? Mendo Dope here.
What's up, y'all? September 21st, rocking it, 9-pound hammer vision.
Over here in the garden, watching choppers go by.
They've been uploading their grows to YouTube for over a decade.
We're picking peanut butter, mochi.
But the journey wasn't all smooth sailing. In 2013, their biggest grow to date was raided.
Since we got raided for a medical garden because they said we grew plants too big.
And it was Thursday, October 10th, 10 o'clock in the morning. It was just me and Bleezy and they hit without no warning. Nowhere to go, local sheriff knocking on my front door. Surrounded by camping camouflage uniforms, it's a bust.
They celebrate and educate about the lifestyle of cannabis growers. Their voice is their music.
Learned how to grow up in the hills. My community was ran on weed, that's how we paid the bills. Learned how to trim then hit the field. Germinated my first seed and then I leveled up my skills. Learned how to hustle from these older cats, cause I was just a youngin' making money off of Doja sacks. Learned about the healing from this ganja plant, from OGs that I grew up on like Eddie Lepa, Ganja Mac. Learn about this breeding game from Sub. Learn about all this life down in the soil, in the holes I dug. No tillin', yeah, I learned from Minnesota Nice. And Frenchie taught me how to collect resin in the ice.
The hunt with the Mendo Dope Boys was top notch. This farm was packed with gorgeous organic sun-grown buds.
Gorgeous, stacking, frost sponsors, syrup flavors, dude.
Really?
Pistachio?
Yeah, pistachio gazerpal. Ooh. Yeah, it's like 7 of these. It starts at the tip of the try, and then it goes down this way.
It's just like, look at this one versus this one.
And seeing the blueberry muffin Pina Fino was something special.
Check this out, Joe.
Which one is this?
So you've grown the blueberry muffin.
Yeah, it's funny.
Here's the Pina Fino.
Oh my god.
Right? Pina, right?
Big time.
Total pineapple, bro.
Oh my fuck, dude.
So this strain was single-handedly the reason,
I think a big part in why we're even here. This is the reason I met Ben in the Humboldt Seed Company. I tried it at a Cannabis Cup, ran right over there, introduced myself to him. And every single time I see it, I fall back in love with it. And now to come to the Mendo Dope Boys and see they found a special pheno that sits with them, and it's the pineapple-leaning pheno. And then watching the content, to see this on YouTube, to hear them talking about the pina cut, this and that, and you get this image built up in your mind. Then you come here and you see it, and it's like,
everything you would have hoped for and a little bit more on this, dude. It's fucking beautiful.
Holds up.
But the strain that stood out the most was the Hetty's OG. I couldn't even imagine growing this in my own AC Infinity setup.
Because of brands like Tangled Roots and Mendo Dope's website, I now actually can.
Can you give us a little history on the Hetty's, how this came to be? Because this was the Emerald Cup last one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, to take it back, a few years ago, one of our good friends of ours passed away. After he had passed away, he had a garden growing at his house. His parents wanted us to come check out the garden and see how it was doing, see when they would be ready to harvest and everything. Went and checked some stuff out, roaming through the area. Into one of the hoops that he had, he was working on some different breeding projects. Unknown to us, we didn't know what was going on. One of the plants Brian found, actually, and was like, man, this is really special looking. Let's keep an eye on it. So about a week or maybe 2 goes by, and they call us back and they say that the garden got raided by some kids, or someone came in and pretty much just took most of the whole garden. Chaos out there, so they wanted to ask us to come through and see if we could help see what was salvageable, what was left there. So we came through, checked stuff out, helped them out a bit, and then we were looking through the plants, and in that greenhouse, that special plant that Brian saw it was snipped down to the stem where there was only 2 branches with buds left on it. It's so special, looked so good. We're like, let's take this branch, cut it, and see if we can get it to root and come back to life. So we cut it, we brought it back to the house, and it was a slow process.
When it was re-vegging too, it took a while, and like it'd just be sitting there for a while, barely started to push some out, and every time you rub that little bud, it was like, holy shit, this is so loud and so gassy, like one we've always wanted.
And we brought it back to life, and we grew it inside our indoor room for another test, and it was just blew us away. We're like, holy crap, this is so special, such a crazy gas strain. And like over the years, we've always been hunting out gas strains, and with our friend who passed away, like we loved Kush strains. We love finding like really tasty, exquisite, good weed, and like that's where the name Headies even came from. Like when he would have good weed, he'd always be like, "Yo, I got some Headies, guys. Let's come over and let's session. Let's try this out."
He's looking down, man, for sure.
Yeah.
He's looking down, just loving you guys growing his kids.
You guys come for that one.
It's really cool, the whole circle of, because we grew up with him. He was a good friend of ours. We even did music with him at the very beginning. He was part of our group when we met up with Reek Daddy and everybody. He introduced us to Subcool's genetics, which inspired us to dive into all those pheno hunting more and looking at all these strains. And to even without the coupling, this strain has already meant so much to us, but now with that carrying behind it, I know like it's such a proud moment, and like to carry his legacy on with us, to keep his memory around.
Unreal, the history behind this strain. I was starting to get a sense that each farm we visited had a special strain that held its own legendary status.
Good at 8, but you let it go 9, holy shit.
Yeah, it
pops.
changes.
And it does that extra Kush pop, and a couple times, like last year too, where it popped and it had that extra special terp on top of the Kush.
Oh, dude, with your guys' permission, can we get our nose in on
Of course, yeah.
There's plenty of buds to smell.
After such a big hunt, the munchies were kicking in. Meet Cody Akin, also a Mendel dope boy responsible for these fields of organic gold.
What up? Good morning. Kaka. It's October 3rd here today. And we're getting ready to snip. Let's go check them. Let's go check them. They're looking good.
And creator of today's feast. When he's not at the farm tending to the plants, or at City Hall standing up to the board.
Hello, my name's Cody Akin. Why not work with the cannabis farmers more to see where we can prevail? I'm one of 500. Russ here, we have permits. We're doing everything in our power to make this business. There's not much here anymore. And you guys are worried about raises and making more money? We're struggling out here and you aren't listening. You guys aren't doing anything. So please, be a part of the community. Come talk to us. Do something for the people that care about it and that want to see it change. Thank you.
So if he's not doing that, then you'll probably find him at his restaurant, Taste Buds in Ukiah, cooking up the tastiest vegan concoctions you've ever seen.
We'll keep it coming.
What do these do?
Dumplings, brother.
Dumplings.
It's just like mama's home cooking. It's just good food.
The chicken?
All vegan, brother. Everything's all vegan.
Your beauty, brother. Thank
you.
Delicious. Thank you
good
so
weed,
much.
good food.
Jerk chicken and the wavy mushroom-infused gravy were to die for.
Yeah, my boy Cody. He feeds us so much bomb food, we feeling stony.
Truth is, everything these boys do is amazing and made with love.
They're pleasure for the craft, man, to produce high-end strains. The quality's through the roof, man.
So much gratitude to this crew for showing us a true sense of Mendocino grow culture and its role in the Emerald Triangle.
I am the pheno hunter, up in the ganja zone. Find a keeper, then I find it, then I cut a clone. I'm looking for some resin, trying to see some weight.
It was time to hit the road and head southeast, out of the triangle and into the Emerald Dot.
Kind of what this place has been colloquially named is like, either they call it the mini triangle or they call it the Emerald Dot.
Grass Valley, California. The plan was to visit 2 farms, Wildleaf Farms and the Humboldt Seed Company's satellite farm,